like already into the season fully. We're looking at Detroit right now, man. We're looking at Detroit, the team that we haven't talked a ton about so far this season. And they have looked good, man. They looking dominant. Now I'm looking at the NFC, and there's a few teams you can make the argument for and say they could come out of the NFC. A lot of teams within their division. But all in all, Joe, when you look at Detroit and what they have put together recently, the resume that they have stacked, do you think they are the best team in the NFC?
In the words of Craig from Friday, yes. Yes. They are the best team in the NFC. I'm sorry. I got to call it like I see it. When I look at the NFC, who are the juggernauts? Let's be real. I mean, we thought it was the 49ers. We're going to get to them in a second. Apparently, they're not the juggernauts. The Vikings look good. We saw the Detroit Lions, who we talking about, go into Minnesota. And the score don't really tell the story of the game, in my opinion. They had control of that game after the second half of that, after the late second quarter of that game. They had full control of that game. I think the score really don't tell the true story of that game. So they kind of dominated that game. The Buccaneers, who beat the Detroit Lions, they had a nice case, but then we just saw what happened with Lamar did to them boys yesterday, and then they injury riddled. So yes, they are the third best offense in the league. I think third best offense behind us and the Ravens. Defensively, points per game, they are a top 10. But defensive points per game, obviously Aiden Hutchinson, your defensive player of the year. Who's been balling?
He was leading the league in sacks, Joe.
Gotta give it to you, AJ. You called it. Hey, your boy Q. Hey, I gotta give you props, bro.
Hey.
I gotta give you props. I gotta give you props. But they have a full offensively, because I think the Ravens right now are the best team in the AFC, and they're similar to the Lions offensively. Like when I say offensively, they can kill you both ways. Running the ball and throwing the ball, but obviously they rushing attack sets up the pass. Jared Goff has been very efficient this year. I think he should be an MVP candidate. Nobody's really talking about him, So I feel like they have a balanced attack. They can go into the game against any team, against with any style, and come out with a victory. So I'm going to say Detroit is the best team in the NFC.
I got a part 2 to this question for you, Joe, that I didn't tell you about until just now.
Okay.
Because it just came to mind as you was talking. Will they win the NFC? All bias aside.
I ain't going that far yet.
You're gonna go that far
yet. Now I know last year they should have, right? They should have. Ben Johnson comes back. Shout out to you. You kind of ducked us during the plane ride so you can stay with Detroit. It's cool. We got Cliff. We good, man. But so I would say they should be the favorites to win, but I'm not going there yet. Because I had picked the Packers preseason to go to that Super Bowl.
Okay. This is what I'm going to say. I think the Lions right now, if the season ended right now, they are absolutely the best team in the NFC. Mm-hmm. Just off of right now. How they playing, the teams they have beat, the Lions are that team. I know Carl is kind of sick of me disrespecting the Lions or just not giving them the respect that they probably deserve. I keep on saying it's Detroit. I just don't believe it's Detroit. And bro, I'm not gonna lie, that's out the window now for me. That's out the window. These boys is playing lights out. Jared Goff, man, MVP candidate, bro. Him and Lamar, I feel like both have a solid case for MVP if the season were to end right now. And I know Mahomes not playing the best, but I throw him in the conversation because he's Mahomes and they undefeated. I just do. I just do. But you can't make the argument against them right now. They are playing the best ball of any team in the NFC. You said it best. There is no real juggernauts right now in the NFCs. And the best, opponents that they have right now is the opponents in their division. Their division is the best division in football right now. So that's one thing. On the flip side, though, I feel like kind of hurts them though later on down the road because you got to play Green Bay again. You got to play the Bears again, who I'm still high on, right? You got to play Minnesota again. And so I do think some L's are coming. So I'm with you to the second part of that question. I'm not picking them to win the NFC, but right now, they are the team to beat in the NFC is undeniably the Detroit Lions. I'm not sleeping on them Birds, though. I don't care what nobody say, bro. We getting hot. Now, I will admit, I ain't gonna spend too much time on this because I know we not talking about the Birds and we not talking about the first place Commanders right now. We not doing it. We not doing it. But I just want to sneak this in there, bro. I like how we looking. I like how we starting to build. Now, again, I would be a hypocrite to not bring up the teams that we have played recently coming out of this bye. It's the Browns, it's the Giants, right? And so I'll be remiss if I didn't bring that up. But I mean, no team has scored a touchdown in these last 2 weeks. We haven't given up a touchdown. Offense didn't look great in the Browns game. You know what I mean? Even though Hurts and the weapons played well, I feel like the offense in its totality didn't play its best ball, right? And in this game against the Giants, Hurts and the weapons really didn't need to do nothing. Saquon went for 176 in a tug. That was insane to watch. This defense is stepping up. The offense is stepping up. I think they are building in the right direction. You brought up Quinion. I just want to point this out really quick, and then we can move on. That boy is fourth right now in PBUs. That boy is third in force incompletions. That boy is first amongst all corners in touchdowns allowed. None. He is shutting down receivers left and right. It ain't getting talked about enough because he a rook, and people expect, you know what I mean, somebody to exploit that at some point. But he doing this thing. So, but the Lions are the team to beat. I don't think the Eagles are the team to beat. I think the Commanders are ahead of the Eagles as far as the team to beat because they're in first place right now. You know what I mean? You can make the argument, even though people want to gloss over the fact that the Eagles beat the Packers. You can make the argument for the Packers. You can still make the argument in a way for the Vikings, even though they just lost. It's teams you can make an argument for, mainly in the NFC North. But if you had to pick one team right now, yes, you got to go with the Detroit Lions. You have to.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I will put us up there, but I feel like our defense, even though we had a great performance against the Panthers. I mean, I know some people do a parade when Caleb Williams went crazy on the Panthers, but I'm not gonna go there. So I would say that I want to see our defense against I want to see better. I want us to be better defensively. I feel like offensively we can score anybody. And like you said, before you mention Philly, we gotta mention the Commanders. I mean, you said it yourself. As long as you said it, I'm good.
I'll give respect where it's due. One question before we move on to the next topic. Is Jaden playing this week? What's going on with Jaden? I know you're keeping tabs on it.
So with Jaden Daniels, it's a rib injury, but it's nothing serious, not the long term. But they are not treating him like RG3. All right, so like if he feels any type of pain, he probably won't play because they feel like he don't have to play.
Yeah, so that's fair. That's fair.
But he thinks
he gonna play. He gonna want to play. Of course,
think he's gonna play. But the way Dan Quinn sounds, like we just before we can make him play, we gotta go through all the procedures. But he already said like I'm ready to play.
Of course, so, yeah.
I'm sure he got hurt. Woo, them numbers would have got crazy.
Hey, I'd have lost my fantasy matchup this week if he didn't get hurt. I ain't gonna lie, Mark. I played Mark. I know Mark was sick. I know he was sick. I'd have lost.
Mark had a bad week.
I hope he played though, bro. They got the Bears this week. We're gonna talk about it briefly when we get some pick'ems, but it's a marquee game. I think everybody know it. You know what I mean? So I hope he's good to play. But if he's not good, by all means, you know what I'm saying, get him out there when he's fully healthy, dog. Because what y'all want is still right in front of y'all. It ain't like y'all Dallas or anybody like that. You know what I mean? No, just my bad. Talking about my bad. I know you watching. My bad.
Oh, the 49ers. You can mention them too. But go ahead. I know you want to segue. Oh yeah.